This video is your complete beginner's guide to Emergent AI. I'll be showing you exactly how you can build and deploy your first app step by step. By the end of this video tutorial, you will know how you can sign up, write effective prompts, build a full stack app, work with the AI agents, deploy it live, export your code, and connect a custom domain if you would like to. Everything that you need to get started with Emergent AI from start to finish. If you would like to get started for free, go ahead and navigate to the link below this video for your convenience. Creating your account, you will get some free credits so that you can test the platform out before committing to a paid plan. So once you're in, you will land on the builder interface that looks exactly like this. A dark themed workspace with a large prompt box in the center asking you what will you be building today. Now below the prompt box itself, you will see a few quick start suggestions, things like cloning a website, and these can be useful for seeing how the platform generates with the free credits that you got if you are curious. But for a real project, you will want to write your own prompt. On the left side of the prompt box, there are a few icons worth knowing about. So we've got the paperclip icon that lets you attach files, reference images, PDFs of a product requirement, or even a GitHub repo link. The model selector lets you choose which AI model powers your build. Options currently include Claude, GPT, and Gemini. The default will work fine for most projects, but for complex builds, a more powerful model can improve the output quality. In the advanced controls, you can set a credit budget per video. This is important, and I would recommend setting it from the start. This will prevent a single build session from draining your entire monthly allocation if the AI gets stuck in a debugging loop, for example. Now you'll also be able to see onto the interface your credit balance. You want to keep an eye on this throughout the build process. Now let's move on to building an actual thing using this emergent.sh tool. The quality of your prompt will directly determine the quality of your application and/or your first build. A vague prompt produces a vague result. A detailed prompt will produce something closer to what you actually want on the first try. This will save you a lot of credits. So here is what a good prompt will include: the type of application that you are building, the main user actions and features, any specific user roles if applicable, the tech stack if you have any preferences, and any third-party integrations that you need. So basically, a weak prompt would be something like build me a booking app that gives the AI almost nothing to work with. But you will find a strong prompt example in the description of this video so that you can learn from it or edit it as you please. A prompt like that one will tell the AI exactly what to build, who uses it, what each user can do, and what services to connect. The clearer you are upfront, the fewer follow-up prompts you will require. One approach that works well in my experience is to build the core first and then add features one at a time in follow-up prompts, rather than trying to describe everything in one crowded message. Your first prompt handles the foundation, and then you iterate. Alright, so once you submit your prompt similar to the one I showed you, the first thing that happens in Emergent is that it asks clarifying questions. It might ask which database you prefer, whether you want specific authentication methods, how you want the user roles structured, or which integrations to prioritize. You can answer these yourself or let the AI proceed with reasonable defaults. This step matters because most other tools will skip it and just build whatever they interpret from your prompt. Emergent's clarifying questions reduce wasted builds and save you credits. Now after you confirm the multi-agent system goes to work, you can watch the entire process in real time. The planning agent breaks your prompt into a project structure, the front-end agent will start building the UI in React or Next.js, and the backend agent sets up the server logic, API routes, and database schema. As the build progresses, a live preview will appear on the right side of the screen. You will start seeing pages render, login screens, dashboard forms, the application takes shape in front of you. Now the testing agent is another good feature that Emergent runs. It will run alongside the build, checks whether API endpoints respond correctly, whether authentication flows work, and whether features behave as expected. If it finds a bug, it will attempt to diagnose and fix it automatically without you having to type about it or waste more credits. Another feature that's unique to Emergent is the visual QA system. So during the build, the AI will take screenshots of the application and then compares these screenshots against what your prompt described. If anything doesn't match, a missing feature for example, a layout issue, it flags it and attempts to fix it without you saying anything. A typical real first build usually takes 10 to 20 minutes depending on the complexity. When it finishes, you get a complete summary of what was implemented. So after the initial build, click through the live preview. Test the login, create an account, navigate through the features, check whether the core functionality works as you described. If there is anything that needs changing, you can type a follow-up prompt in the chat, but be specific. A lot of people type something like make it look better or change the dashboard background to X. But if you type specific prompts, you will get specific results. Each follow-up prompt will cost you credits, roughly 3 or 4 credits per message based on testing. So clear, detailed refinement prompts are more cost-effective than vague ones that require multiple rounds to get right. Additionally, Emergent supports a growing list of integrations that you can add by describing what you need. The main ones available right now include Stripe for payments, Google Sheets and Airtable for data, Notion for content, Slack for notifications, Shopify and Webflow for e-commerce, and many more. To add an integration, you want to describe it in the chat directly. Something like add Stripe payment processing, and then add a specific detail like, for example, when a client books an appointment, you charge them $50 before confirming the booking. Once you type all of that, the AI will handle the integration, configuration, and data flow. For AI-powered features inside your app, Emergent includes a universal LLM key. This means that you don't need your own OpenAI API key. Your Emergent credits cover the API costs, so you can prompt add an AI chatbot on the homepage that answers common questions about services and pricing using GPT-4, and it handles the entire setup. GitHub integration is also available on paid plans. You connect your GitHub account in the settings, and Emergent pushes the full codebase to a repository with proper commit history. Changes you make locally can sync back to the Emergent environment. A VS Code extension is available for working with your Emergent project in a local editor. Alright, so once you have your application ready, before deploying, you want to test everything thoroughly. Emergent's automated testing catches many issues during the build, but it's not a substitute for clicking through the application yourself. Go through every user flow, sign up as a new user, log in, complete the core actions your app is supposed to support, test edge cases, what happens if a required field is left empty, or if a user tries to access a page that they shouldn't, if a payment fails, if it goes through, all of these things. You of course want to check the application on mobile as well, so open the preview URL on your phone and make sure the layout responds properly. If the mobile experience is broken, prompt the AI to fix responsive behavior. And then once you're satisfied with the preview, it's time to deploy it. So you can click the deploy button in the interface and Emergent will handle the entire process. It creates a production-ready environment with managed infrastructure, provisions SSL, and gives you a live URL. The entire deployment process typically takes about 10 minutes. Keep in mind though that it costs 50 credits per month per deployed app. This is a recurring cost that comes out of your monthly credit allocation. So the standard plan gives you 100 credits per month, and hosting one app will take half your credits. So definitely factor this into your budget. You can also replace an existing deployment with an updated version without additional charges. So iterating on a deployed app does not cost extra hosting credits, just the credits for the prompts that you use to make changes. Additionally, if you would like to export your code and own it permanently, you will have two options for that. The first is GitHub Export. You connect your GitHub account and Emergent will push the full project, frontend, backend, configuration files to a repository. And from there, you can clone it locally, open it in VS Code or Cursor, and develop as you normally would. The second is downloading the codebase directly. This gives you a zip file of the complete project. Now, to give you a sense of what's realistic, here are the types of projects people are shipping with Emergent right now. SaaS products with user authentication, subscription billing through Stripe, admin dashboards, and customer-facing interfaces. You can also successfully build internal business tools like CRMs, inventory trackers, project management boards, and employee dashboards. The platform handles complex backend setups better than most competitors, but where it can be weaker is the visual design quality. So expect to spend extra prompts refining the UI or plan to hand the frontend to a designer or a more design-focused tool after the backend is built. But that will be the full walkthrough. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you would like to stay tuned and not miss out on any future videos that we make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, as we'll be making more reviews and tutorials of competitors similar to Emergent. So you definitely don't want to miss out on those. And if you want to start with Emergent for free, go ahead and navigate to the link right below this video for your convenience. Thanks so much for watching and see you guys in the next tutorial.